On to you, Aquarius out here. Hopefully, y'all are having a great day, great night, wherever you're watching. It's hot as a mug over here. Look, so for you, Aquarius, you have the Six of Ariel, the Two of Raphael, and then you also have the Knight of Ariel. So let me go ahead and see. Give me a minute, right? Let me see. Okay. So let me see. So this reading is very self-explanatory. The Six of Ariel, the Two of Raphael, the Knight of Ariel, is that you, Aquarius, for whichever one of you, Aquarii, has been going through a kind of a rough patch in y'all's relationships or in y'all's meetings, how it is that when you meet people, or it could be someone that you may well know, right? You're connected to. I just want to say that this connection essentially is one where you and this person, you're broken up. The Six of Ariel, the Two of Cups, the Six of Ariel, the Two of Raphael, Two of Cups, same thing. Knight of Ariel is about how you don't care. You will walk away from a relationship that is not actually fulfilling you, right? And this is not me putting a jinx on what y'all got going on at all. I love to see great couples stay together, get together, stay together. I'm not into the jealousy and the envy thing. I don't play that game ever. And so this is just what it is that I'm seeing. The cards are literally self-explanatory. You're going to understand why. The Six of Ariel is about, again, it takes two. The relationship takes two, right? 50-50. It's not going to work out if you have to do the vast majority of the work or they have to do the vast majority of the work, because whoever has to do the vast majority of the work, if they have any kind of self-respect, eventually they're going to get upset and they're going to start to rebel. They're going to want to start asking questions. They're going to want to start asking or finding out what exactly is it about this person where they can't do anything. They have no skills. They can't do anything. What exactly is really going on? And the Two of Raphael and the Knight of Ariel right here speaks to the relationship that you've had to walk away from, right? The connection that you've had to walk away from. The sun is setting on this. Instead of it rising, the sun is setting on this. Notice how it is that there's two outlines, right next to each other, but there's no real details, meaning that, again, either the sun is coming up over the horizon or the sun is setting. In this reading, I would say, because of the circumstances, the sun is setting. You and this person could have had something great for the time being, but it wasn't necessarily really meant to last, because the material that you, Aquarius, got or have or made of, the cloth that you're made of and the cloth that they're made of, two different materials. They're looking at you to do the vast majority of the work, and you, Aquarius, are looking at them to pull their own weight. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing absorbent, nothing unreasonable to be asking for. And they just see, they having a hard time even with something reasonable. And so this is why the Knight of Ariel, you do not feel bad about leaving them alone. You do not feel bad about abandoning them, walking away from them, dumping them. You do not feel bad about this, because you stuck around as long as you, Aquarius, possibly could. And for you, you're in a space where you, Aquarius, look at it like maybe you cared a little bit too much. Maybe this relationship should have ended sooner, but you wanted to give them a chance because you didn't want to just use them and throw them away. But, the relationship could have ended sooner. The Six of Raphael and the Chariot right here, the Six of Raphael would be like the equivalent to the Six of Cups. And then the Chariot would be like the discipline that you have and looking at it for what it is, right? They refuse to look at it for what it is. So it's like this is someone that you, Aquarius, basically have left behind, effectively, coming back and trying to rekindle things, and you Aquarius are like, nah, you want to have it be exactly where it is. You don't want to rekindle things. You don't want to be in a relationship together with this particular person and all that. You don't want to do that type of stuff. And because they don't necessarily know who you Aquarius actually really are. You know, I've talked about this before, that a lot of times Aquarius, the zodiac sign, a lot of y'all be having people fall in love with you and not be in love. There's a difference. The falling in love is the infatuation or the projection or the misunderstandings of their own understanding of who you are, as opposed to actually getting to know you Aquarius. Because you Aquarius are a mixed bag and you're very layered. And not only that, but it takes you a little minute for you to warm up to people, right? Because for you, you don't necessarily know. I mean, to be honest with you, again, you're being reasonable. You don't know if you're going to like the person or if you're not. So you're still trying to test the waters. You don't know them. So you're not making a very powerful decision on whether or not you like them or you dislike them. Either way, you're trying to get to know them first before you make that decision. And with this person, a lot of you Aquarius are glad that this relationship is over and you don't want to rekindle it. You know, you're trying to look at it for what it is. You're looking at it for what it is, and you're happy at the fact that the relationship is no more. And then you have the leap of faith, the Sun card, and the perspective. The leap of faith would be like the Fool card, you know, walking away from past attachments onto brand new opportunities, looking for brand new opportunities, right? Now that some of you Aquarius, whom this applies to, of course, are single, what's next? Right? What's next? It is hot as a mug. And so you do that. You leave them alone and all of that, right? For the ones this applies to, you leave them alone and all of that. And then you Aquarius are like, whatever, right? You leave them alone. It's time for you to find brand new opportunities elsewhere. Then you have the Sun card, which is our opposite sign in Leo, right? And this is a fun time for you because a lot of you Aquarius are celebrating you breaking up, because although you would have liked to make this relationship work, you also understand that this person was on absolute dysfunctional time. Things started to go kind of very left for you, and you Aquarius wasn't really going to stand there and just let them do it forever and ever and ever and a day. So this is a very exciting time for you, and you Aquarius feel good. You know, you don't have this poltergeist on your back. You know what I'm saying? Give it another name to it, a poltergeistic activity. You know, paranormal activity on your back. You know, you got some you got some rust bucket sitting on your shoulder, talking trash to you every minute of the day, because they want to be on that type of time. And you seeing this, you seeing this. I ain't even gonna get into it. I ain't even gonna say that. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Scratch that from the record. Forget I even said that. You don't want to have to deal with a person who is going to be dysfunctional to you, right? and that you don't really get a whole lot of value from hanging out with them. So it's a very exciting time, because although you don't like to separate from significant others, at least this separation will actually empower you. And so then you have the perspective. The perspective right here comes from how you They may not necessarily look at it, but you, Aquarius, feel oh so good at the fact that you do not have to have this you do not have to. You're excited that you, Aquarius, don't have to have this. I gotta watch my words. This is YouTube. This aggressive spirit around you, trying to suck the life out of you by draining your happiness and draining the good fortune that you have and trying to get it for themselves. And so the Page of Gabriel and the Eight of Michael right here for you, Aquarius, represent how y'all are in a space where this is a new beginning for you, because at least you ain't got to deal with you ain't got to deal with this dysfunctional individual, right? That's slowly but surely doing and saying things to get you on your nerves. You may not necessarily see eye to eye with them and all of that, right? You know, some succubi, some incubi. You know, look up what those are. Some succubi and some incubi. And the incubi and the succubi are not what you think they are. Whatever they represent themselves as, they are the actual opposite of that. A lot of the times people think a succubus is a beautiful, gorgeous lady. It's actually phallic in nature. Go do your research. And the opposite is true for the incubi. You would think the incubi is phallic in nature. It is an incubator by nature. This is where you get these type of individuals or whatever, where, you know what I'm saying, they just dysfunctional or whatnot, no matter what they got going on and all this other type of nonsense, right? On a spiritual level, every time they come into your life, you just got a string of just poor misfortune everywhere it is that you go, and this person just can't seem to get up off of you and let you be you. I've had a couple of those people before in my life. I've had a couple of people like that before. I started hanging out with this person. Some of them was as a friend, some of them were significant others or romantic interests. Well, I'm hanging out with some of these friends. I'm stepping in gum, I'm walking in the doors, I'm walking into to like avenue poles. You know what I'm talking about, like street poles, like the pole that they let you know what type of avenue and street you on and all this stuff, walking into it, getting into beefs, getting into like squabbles, verbal altercations with, it's wild. You dig what I'm saying? So, feel me? And so you, Aquarius, not being attached to them, your good fortune is coming back. The Eight of Michael, right? Take your time, heal, understand what it is that you could do better, all that good stuff. Let's clarify the Page of Gabriel. The Five of Wands, excuse me. King of Swords, Two of Wands, Emperor, Three of Swords. Right? Sorry about that. To clarify the Page of Gabriel. So these three cards right here, right? You're looking to move forward, but if you move forward immediately, you're gonna get into another argument with a brand new person. And the problem is gonna be you at this point. King of Swords, take your time. King of Swords is Aquarius in the minor arcana. Take your time, relax, think about your next couple of moves before you do it. And then you have the Emperor and the Three of Swords right here, which is, again, think about your next couple of moves, right? You always want to think you always want to think steps ahead, you know? I'm not going to get too deep into it because, you know, I always got to keep a card or two up my sleeve, but just be much more of a chess player is all. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Three of Swords. You got to deal with your heartbreak. the nonsense of the relationship that you've been in, right? Don't party too hard, because a party can drain you just as overworking yourself. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Peace. Have a good one.